All right, so it looks like things are happening. As I just take the moment to update everyone. This is the Validity Team League Week 2, Team Legion versus JaMiT Gaming. Team Legion and JaMiT both won their Week 1 matchups, both going 4-3, as these kind of as these matches tend to work, with Platinum, Double Diamond, and the final player being Diamond 1, you kind of expect it really to go down to the Diamond 1, Diamond 1 ace match. As I work with this. So, the way this is going to work is, again, it's going to be the Platinum match, map 1. For map 1, I will let everyone know when I know what the map is, although it looks like they may be going through map picks at this point. It looks like we're going to have a a TVT, I believe. Actually, we also need to add one more player to this party, so there we go. So I believe we're going to have a TVT for map 1. As there we go, he's in the party. Wonderful. TVT for map 1 on, I don't know what the map is yet. But that's going to be a good time. Shadow did win his match last week, I believe. Pull up that. Shadow lost his match last week. He was their number 2 player. He lost a TVP. And did TJan play last week? He did. Well, he did, but he lost his first match in a TVT against a Diamond player. So, and actually it was pretty close. No, I don't know. No, that's no negative mark on TJan's performance here. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does against opponents of his own level, more or less. So right now it looks like we're going through setup, figuring out what map 1 is, or if it already has been figured out. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so we're just in a holding pattern. Hope everyone is having a wonderful time. There we go. So, hope everyone's having a good time. It's nice. It's hot. It's a kind of a sad Saturday for me. Not for any real reason, but it's just finally gotten hot. Finally got hot in Arizona. It's like 100 degrees today. It's supposed to be 104 by tomorrow, and that's really not a good time. So, I've been staying inside. I guess I just need to start running at night, you know, flee the sun and all that, which is fine because we are StarCraft 2 players, and that means we don't go outside. As we try to figure out what map is, and there seems to be a little bit of confusion as to what the map pick is. I believe VTL decides, but we don't find it's not on the Liquipedia page. Am I blind? Oh, there we go. So, first map is going to be Simulacrum, or Simulacrum, however you say that. And as those of you who may not be aware, after that it's loser pick. So should Shadow or T-Jan lose map 1, the second platinum player says, I really like this against this player in this matchup. And then it goes from there. And we're loading in to map 1 of week 2 of the Validity Team League. Team Legion versus JaMiT Gaming, and that is exciting. Woo! They blitzed. So we're in. We're in map 1. Simulacrum. Now, this map can be a little defensive. We're gonna have a TVT here, and T-Jan actually he acquitted himself very well against a diamond level Terran last week. But all of that is inconsequential, or I'll get back to it later, because spawning in the upper left, in the blue, we have Team Legion's Shadow. And then in the bottom right, in the red, we have JaMiT Gaming's T-Jan. And I will add Legion's logo to their to that pop-in for Game 2. I forgot to do that. So it goes. Is music on? There we go. Music is enabled. Let me know about game sounds. I turned them down a little after I was told they were a little loud last time, but that's kind of hard to check yourself. So, we have pretty much the same stock standard build. Shadow hit his barracks a little bit faster, but these pretty much look like Reaper expands. T-Jan's only going 1 on gas. That I don't believe. Okay, never mind. I lied. 3 on gas. That's 2 on gas for the... Okay, never mind. I should learn to click on buildings before I talk. Anyways, so this is, you know, full saturation, 1 gas, Reaper expand. And there's really not a whole lot to talk about. There are SCVs. They're mining. They're mining gas even. Barracks are going to finish roughly at the same time. Let's go. There we go. And this is actually a best of 7. All kill format. So we go. We have the CC going down on the low ground for Shadow, and just about getting ready for the same thing to go down for T-Jan. It appears that I don't know whether the mining that gas a little bit earlier instead of rallying to the gas was probably that like 50 mineral difference that maybe made that slower. I wasn't looking at build orders too closely, but we do have the Reaper going across the map for Shadow. Reaper just about done for T-Jan. And really this is all just snowballing from the slightly slower barracks, slightly faster gas mining. So T-Jan's got 8 more gas, but he's missing a little minerals. Minor differences in build orders at this level, and we do have a factory going down for T-Jan, not for Shadow. Shadow has a reactor going. He's going to look to make more Marines, and okay, he's just blocking the Reaper spot there. Reaper jumps up into the main of Tijin, but the wonderful thing about being the one that jumps up is you're the loser in the Reaper battle, so he has to run away. There's not much he can do. He cannot take this fight due to Reaper regen, and they fire. I mean, they're the same units, so that's fun time. We have both Reaper returning. We have Tijin's Reaper moving across the map, and we do have that factory coming up for Shadow. So again, mirrored builds. Really, the difference here is how much faster the reactor was for Shadow versus how much faster the factory was for Tijin. Minor differences. It does mean that more Marines are coming out. Maybe a little more defensive for the blue Terran. We have 2 Reapers across the map. Oh, one Reaper. That's unfortunate. He targets the Reaper down. He actually may be able to take that. So what do we got? Now we have reactor. Looks like it's going to be reactor Hellions coming across for the blue Terran, and tanks straight into for Tijin. So this is kind of our first major deviation. Reactor Hellions are not all that standard in the matchup, at least at the pro level, from what I've seen. Although it does happen. Really, because if you think about it, Hellions have something like 80 HP, and Tank Volley 2 is just going to destroy that. So player rushing fast tanks just has them siege to the high ground. Yeah. This is going to be a faster stim for Shadow, so this might be some sort of Marine Hellion timing. And we do have reactor going down, tech lap for half a second, so this is kind of lining up for a big 3 racks Hellion, maybe Hellbat, although I doubt it. That's just not done in this matchup. 3 racks Hellion kind of stim timing, from what it looks like. Whereas Tijin is looking just to be a little more defensive. And he has kind of skyrocketed ahead of the supply. Up 4 workers, up 6 army supplies. So he's doing a good job macro-wise, keeping ahead. He's got a tank on the low ground. Hellions cannot get through, and they're just going to get shelled to oblivion. He does delay the 3rd for a little, and I'm hoping Tijin notices and sends a SCV to come. There we go. He does that. So those Hellions did not a lot at all. Reaper is able to jump up despite the wonderful the line of sight blocker there, or the Reaper blocker. So then we have 1-1 on the way, 2 more reactors. So this is going to be 6 Marines at a time. This is going to be a fairly strong timing. Meanwhile, Tijin hasn't even started even started stim. He was just gonna want to stay back. He is gearing up for a drop though. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. He has started to build up a bit of a bank, which is not the best thing when you're looking at playing a mirror matchup. Is every worker, every army supply, every army unit counts. So we have this drop. They're actually going to pass like 2 ships in the night. Do they see each other? I was too slow on that. I believe they did, but no reactions. And we're going to have Tijin able to siege up in the natural. Okay. So he's going to drop 1 tank off and sacrifice it to the Terran gods. But he's going to actually be able to siege up in the main with the rest of his army. He draws the army off, and that is a hard position to reach. Meanwhile, we do have stim done and 2 Hellions and a bunch of Marines coming in. And Tijin actually looks like he's going for mech here. So we're going to have a stim on these factories that are going to complete just done. Those are Widow Mines, not Hellions. Meanwhile, this drop, get the +1 armor, so that's really good for Tijin. And this drop really is not doing a whole hell of a lot for the blue Terran. Meanwhile, this tank, he's going to get both 1-1 upgrades. He cancels both bio upgrades. And this is really hard to get rid of now. Sure, the drop is doing okay, but I mean, look at the damage it hasn't done. Widow Mines are going to go off, but really that's not a lot. And this tank is still here. Okay, so now it's going to get cleaned up, but man, look, there was no mining in the natural for who knows, or in the main for who knows how long. It's 25 workers to 39, and Tijin is looking really good. Now we do have 2 Liberators on the way for Shadow, and Liberators are great at breaking entrenched tank positions. And we only have 1 Viking out of the map. We don't have any more on the way. So that is a tricky point, potentially. Although the reactor is being built now, so we should be able to see reactor Vikings coming out. And Tijan, sure, should he spend his money, is going to be in an incredible position in this game. He's going to be skyrocketing up in army supply as he remembers that he actually has 2 factories. There we go. Wonderful. Try not to be too much of a homer here, even though I do play for JaMiT. So now we have Shadow moving across the map, down a whole lot of army supply. It is scouted. These Hellions are not going to do a whole lot, but they are going to let Tijan know that that army is happening. So he's going to go... That's interesting. That's a very interesting wall. He's going to go back into his natural. He's going to probably siege up. Now, that's a second barrack. There's a more barracks coming. So this is a very odd build. So Liberator sieging up is going to be able to just barely cancel that eBay, which is fine. And we are getting ready for a drop into the main, which does not have much defense. There are some tanks, but they are not built, or they are not sieged up. So this drop in the main, unloading, and these tanks equip themselves okay. Siege that up, please. Okay, no. And we have Hellions. So, okay, so this is going to get cleaned up fairly easily. He's going to lose a couple tanks, which is unfortunate. But landed Vikings are the heroes of the day. And +1 mech attack is just about done. These units in the front are going to get cleaned up by the motley biomech assortment that Tijan's got going for him. And one thing I will say, Tijan, he's mining 1 of 3, 1 of 3 in his main gas. So even though he has 3 bases, he is incredibly gas starved. Which, you know, mech is is an incredibly gas heavy composition. And he should really rally. He should really rally these. Anyway, but F2 kind of fixes that, I guess. So now he's going to move across the map. He's up in upgrades. We ignore the bio thing. He's up in army supply. And he should be able to... Okay, he doesn't have enough Vikings. Should be able to deal with these medevacs that ran ahead. So this bio will beat this bio. No question. There is no stim. And there is combat shield for the blue Terran. Meanwhile, +1 bio. He has 6 factories, 5 barracks, and has +1 plating coming down. Meanwhile, we have Blue Terran going in. He's going to cancel this 4th base in production, but again, this tank line is going to be hard to breach. He does force Tijan to lift due to the tank positioning, though. So this CC should not go down. Tijan is spending so much money on production structures. He's really not spending a lot on his actual army, which is an interesting decision. These Vikings are able to go and start contesting the medevacs. You can snipe that low one. That'd be nice. And we have a double drop from... Oh, with the 1 HP, the 5 HP medevac. It's a good decision to bring that one on the low ground. We got the other drop going into the main. He's going to get some nice SCV damage, and sure, he forced the lift here. He really could put that back. This army, sure, it's nice, it's fancy. Look at the army supply. More importantly, look at the worker supply. The amount of economy that Tijan has going for him right here is so minimal compared to what Shadow has. That sure, Shadow's making great moves. But really the most important thing here is, you know, army is... Oh, he's getting blue flame. I am really confused as to what Tijan's goal is here. And he's going to drop on top of his tank. That's nice. Sure, fine. Money. Although, how are we doing? And the trades are relatively equal too. So once Tijan starts using this massive production infrastructure that he has built for himself, if he's going to buy all these Marines, he really could get still. We have these 2 tanks sieged up, and +2 mech attack being built. I'm pretty confused by what Tijan is going for here, to be totally honest, but it really doesn't matter. Because, as a wise Day 9 once said, it really doesn't matter what you build as long as you build workers, right? As long as you just keep building stuff. And he's doing a better job of keeping his money down. He's up 50-odd army supply. He's gonna run into the blue player across the map, and he's actually ahead in upgrades. So this is a situation where it doesn't matter that the tanks are cheap. You can just kind of F2A here and roll over the blue Terran. And yeah, this may be all she wrote. Sure, okay, 1-1 upgrades now. Sure, the bio has stim and combat shields. That's wonderful. That's amazing. It doesn't matter because he's up 50 army supply. He's up 20. He's up 20 workers. He cannot land his third. These tanks can literally just run in and siege up the natural, and everything is going to die. Okay, so the Liberator is a nice move, and the Vikings need to be trying to take care of that. But this tank line is doing damage. Okay, so the Liberator's dead now. And that was kind of the last chance. There we go, GG. It's hard to be excited about a game being over when the game is already over. But anyway, that is a game 1. Tejan taking it to Shadow. And that puts JaMiT Gaming up 1-0 in this best of 7. Let me fix some things. How is the set? Team League. So, okay, that should be fixed. So there we go. It looks like we're getting ready for map 2, loser picks. Let's update some things. And we're getting ready to go into map 2. And that's a fun time. There we go. Ready for map 2. It looks like Char is going to be the next player for Team Legion. Which is going to be a TVP, I believe. So Simulacrum is out of the map pool now. It's going to be interesting to see what he picks up. This is going to be a TVP. I'm not too familiar with TVP win rates. It really very much depends on what style Char is going to go for here. Okay, so Golden Wall is going to be map 2. And that's an interesting map. I personally have it banned because it's not worth dealing with, but it's a weird one. It really started as this Terran favorite thing, at least in TVZ, where you just push across the short distance and siege up the map, the main, and it's like, okay, good luck. But I really don't know how it plays in PVT, although if you saw the TY game last night, see some mech here, Tejan. Let's do that. Mass Tank, Mass Thor. Yeah, I don't even know. So we're loading into map 2, Golden Wall. And this is definitely an interesting map. It's going to see whether Char has something in particular chosen for this map, or whether it's going to be something funky. Or whether it's just going to be stock standard play, I should say. Something prepped is something funky. It's really going to be also interesting to see where expands happen, if they even do happen. I don't know. You don't know. We're loading in to map 2, Golden Wall LE. Tejan versus Char. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom left, up 1-0 on a 1-game kill streak, we have Tejan. And And then in the bottom right, looking to put his team on the map, we have Char. There we go. So there we go. Set that. Yeah, best of 7. Tijin's up 1 map. He's got a kill. It's exciting. Going to be interesting to see how it goes from here, though. As Char's up to some tricksy business. That is a pylon outside of Tijin's main. And do we have gas? So we do not. This is looking like there's going to be some multi-gate shenanigans here running in. Now, should gas not be taken, this has got to be Zealots, right? Do I have to cost? Yep, there's the gate. There's the second gate. And I think we see one more gate here. I think that's how that works. Maybe it's just a 2-gate. 2-gate cannon rush. Got it. Now, Teach is going to see the lack of gateways. He's going to see the forge. He's got like, wait a minute here. He's going to see the SCVs being pulled off of the mineral line to try to prevent him from scouting, although that may not trigger anything to him. But this forge with no gateways, it's going to be like... It's going to be... Oh, no. This is the worst pot... Oh, he's reactoring out. Well, I don't know. Reactors are probably done, but really, he just wants a bunker. Like right here. The Protoss is not going to be able to get cannons up the ramp. Not easily. So as long as he just builds units, he should be fine. So Tijin's... Oh, this is getting spicy. Do we have a proxy factory for Tijin here? I feel like proxy factory... Or I feel like 2-gate cannon rush beats proxy factory. Now Tijin sees that. He's got a bunker going now. It may be a little too late because he has literally no army units. These 2 zealots are just about done to match up with that one that was already built. And we have another cannon going up. 2 Marines that are rallied behind the barracks, which is really important. And he's going to have to probably pull... So these Marines are done just as the bunker's getting done. That's in the bunker. He's able to start shooting the cannons. And he is going to have to... Okay, so he's going to be able to get this cannon down, which is really nice. And he's got to repair on the bunker. He's going to have to repair this supply depot as well. Alright, but he does not get a full repair. Okay. So this second bunker maybe gets down. But we have the Zealots now in the main. On the flip side, this factory is done, but he's probably not going to be able to get too much out of it. And pretty good SCV micro to be... Alright, so we do have... He's not able to mine. He wants to repair the bunker. Repair the bunker! Repair the bunker! Okay, he's going to be able to repair the bunker. And those 2 Zealots should die. We're at 17 probes versus 13. He's probing. He's not really probing behind this. Now, he wants to move these... Okay, so... Any more Zealots cannot make it up the map. Now, the ramp. Now, we have the 1 Marine coming out of the... We have the 1 Marine coming out of the bunker. Microing his little life out. Okay, so that doesn't work. So really what he's got to do is just pop these 5 Marines out of the bunker and... So this, as much as the Protoss cannot make his way out of the front. But really just the big thing is he cannot mine. And the Protoss player can. So the Protoss is throwing up 3 more gates, throwing up a cyber core. And the big deal here is, again, Teach can't mine. He seems unwilling to throw the... Okay, now he's going to throw Marines out. And this should be able to clean this up, but he's got 5 Marines. And as much as I would love to offer some... That is... Tijin, that is... Ugh. Okay, so this game's over. As much as I wish I could say it isn't. The bunker's burning down. Bunker's getting repaired, but 3 workers versus 17. Tech behind. He's going to salvage that bunker to try to get some money to maybe buy some more, build some more SCVs. He's not mining. Looks like he was planning on going for some proxy cyclone shit, proxy cyclone stuff and out, but that's it. GG game 2. Char does bring it back. All right, 1-1. Man, Tijin had that held too. Just had to actually to bring his Marines out of the. I mean, something. Had to bring his Marines out of the bunker to deal with the stuff in the middle line, or honestly just get a full repair. If he's able to pull SCVs to repair that supply depot, Char is not able to break in. But be as that may be, Char now has a kill to his name, and JaMiT is getting ready to bring their second player into the match, and that's Protoss for at least that level. Pull some shenanigans and they work, especially if you really don't know how to deal with it. Because I could not tell you the last time I dealt with the 2-gate. Now we're trying to figure out who the next player for JaMiT is. I do not know. So we're waiting to figure out who the next platinum player is. And yeah, game is tied 1-1. We had a longer macro game where tanks were F2A moved against Marines and won. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. And it looks like we're going to get ready for a PvP for map 3, I believe. As we invite him to the party, it's going to be Ian for... So, actually, I lied. It's not... well, we know him as Ian, but it's Kid Guns. He is a Protoss player. And we are just waiting to figure out what his map pick is. And then we're going to get ready to go into map 3. Okay, and we're just waiting for a map pick. It's going to be interesting to see what's happening. Is Char going to go with his cheesy strats again? Is he going to just 2-gate? Or is he going to say, look, they know what happened game 2. They know what happened game 2. I'm going to roll it back. We're going to go some fancy macro play. We're going to go and build 200 disruptors. Okay, probably not because you can't build 200 disruptors. But be as that may be. It's map 3. Hope everyone's having a nice time in chat. You know, watching some interesting games. Hopefully we'll have some good games too. Ray, I don't know why you're so disappointed in this. This is your style to it too. Well, okay. Protoss didn't get a second. And map 3 is going to be on Everdream. And I don't know what Kid Guns has planned for that map, but it's going to be a fun time. As we get ready. Now we're just getting the lobby fully set up. as we wait for the VTL captain of JaMiT to join the lobby, and we should be ready to go. Yeah. It's going to be a good time. I wonder how many pylons will be built in each player's base, and how many pylons will be built somewhere else. It should make Ray happy on JaMiT, who I know is watching. Don't know if it makes anyone else happy. Definitely does not make me happy. But so it goes. Here we go. Map 3. Everdream. Char versus Ian. Or Kid Guns. I'm not totally sure what he's going by because I've friended on Battle.net. But it appears that it is Ian. So anyways, in the upper left, looking to take the lead again, we have JaMiT Gaming's Ian. And then in the bottom left, in the purple, on a one kill streak, we have Char. Now, first pylon is in fact built. Is in fact built in the Protoss player's main. And a gateway is also built in Char's main. So first of all, we're not going to see that 2-gate shenanigans. I don't even think that's a PvP build. And we have gases being built at the same time. These are mirrored builds. Well, probes are being built a little bit faster for Ian, as that is where the chrono is being spent. But other than that, mirrored builds, 2 gateways coming down. Second gateway not quite for Ian yet. Gonna be interesting to see what he goes. And that is a second gas. Does that mean Stargate? Well, second gas for both. But Ian is content to sit on one base, or on one gateway for the moment. Cybercore going down as well. And Ian is he's probing up. There we have that Cybercore, we have that second pylon. A little more greedy. Ian has, in fact, seen the second gateway of his Protoss opponent. So this is a measured response. This is not just, okay, you know, I don't know what's happening. And there's the second gateway down. So he mortgaged his safety against some sort of weird early push. But on the flip side, he's got 1 to 2 more workers. And that's really nice. Meanwhile, we do have Char going for a natural, which has not been scouted. It has been scouted by the red Protoss. Warp gate being started by both sides, being chrono boosted by Char, not chrono boosted by Ian, as Ian is really just playing the greedy game. But there is no second base, so it's gonna be interesting to see what his thought process is, what his goal is. And okay, there we go. He's gonna take the natural just a little bit later. Adept being made, Adept and Sentry being made for the red Protoss. A supply block being made for the purple Protoss, but we do have a Stalker queued up. We have no other army on the map, so we just have Ian drawing ahead in supply in both respects. Just a little more solid macro play. We have a Robo, so this is was this 2-gate Robo, and instead we have a Forge and another gate, 2 more gates going down for the purple Protoss. Purple Protoss, say that 5 times fast. And is imminently scouted by Ian. He says, I know what you're up to. I see these 4 gates. I see this Forge. There's going to be some early pressure going on here. Now, Char is going to see the natural, not quite done. In contrast, his is done. So, little delayed on that. Stalker moving across the map. We have a Robo going down. So, 4-gate Robo here. Meanwhile, that's a Twilight Council and 2 more gates going down for Ian. And play-by-play is interesting, but there's only so much you can do. So we have kind of mirrored builds. Ian's just a little more greedy. He's going a little more tech-heavy route. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what he's going for with his Twilight Council. Whether it's Blink, it's probably Charge. To be totally honest, Immortal on the way. So should Char decide to move out across the map, do something like that, Ian will definitely have the Immortal advantage. +1 getting chrono boosted. So this is some sort of +1. Okay. So we have a Shield Batter going down, a slow single Warp-in single Zealot, And the Stalker. What what Ian has here very much beats that, especially with the Immortal almost done. And is he going to see this? He does. He sees the pylon. He sees the shield battery. He sees the second. He sees the probe. He says, "Okay, you know, I can just attack this. I'm up 6 army supply. I have the better tech. This is not going to work, my friend." He's microing back. He's going to kill the Zealot. No, he's going to kill his own Zealot. He says, "Look, this game is not this thing you're doing. It's not fair. I need to give you a bit more of an advantage." Stalkers flying down like butter. He's going to be able to take down that shield battery. He does lose a sentry, which is a decent problem. And Char is slowly snowballing here. That being said, second Immortal is here. I wish he would move those Charlottes into the natural. And Charge is almost done. So sure, +1 is going to be a thing. But really, I mean, it's 2 Immortals. Soon to be 1 Immortal, okay. And no more Immortals in production. No Immortals, and suddenly this is getting a lot spookier for Char. Okay, so Charge is now done. But really, he needed that Immortal to anchor his defense, and he does not have it. Okay, so now we have +1 versus +0. And some micro, I think. I think this is micro. And more slow warp-ins. Another Immortal on the way. Was that Immortal being... Okay, that Immortal is just staying at home for Char. And these Charlottes are doing a great job of getting on top of the Stalkers, forcing the micro to stop. And that's a recall, but not really. And sure, Ian's lost a little more. He is ahead in tech, and he has a DT Dark Shrine coming down. Only down 3 workers. Probably really could be up if he broke through all that. But so it go. Okay, so he's not going to finish. There we go. Kills that. We have 1 Immortal, second on the way, and it looks like Char's just getting ready for a second push as he moves across the map with +1 Immortal Zealot, not Charslet. That would make the game too easy. And this Dark Shrine, it's about halfway done, should be done just about as this push is hitting. Now we have an Observer coming out from Ian, so he's only going to have that 1 Immortal. 1 Immortal to 1 Immortal, Chargelet versus +1. And another gateway coming down. So, what is that? It's going to be 5 gates to 4 soon. Now, all of these units attack slowly, so it's not the... More pylons being warped in and out of vision. Char really likes his forward slow pylon, or slow warping pylon shenanigans. I don't think I've ever seen this. But, so it goes. There is no detection for the purple Protoss. So just warp in some DTs and say good luck, dude, is the play. These charge lots are doing a great job of fighting through what Char has, and that first Immortal is going to go down. Meanwhile, but that's an Immortal for an Immortal trade right here. But DTs don't care about your upgrade advantage. In fact, they say, look, we're going to be able to kill this second Immortal. We're going to be able to prevent this shield battery, whatever, from happening. And we have an Observer now, so this is kind of a one-time defense, but a super value one. I mean, look at the respective armies otherwise. Look at the units lost, and now we have +1 being built, not being chronoed. Actually, chrono is not being used to much effect at all. And we have another gateway. It is now Ian's turn to go on the aggressive here, warping in this 1 Zealot. Okay, was that the Observer going down? Okay, Observer goes down for Char. He has cannons. He has another Observer. Oh, yeah. Observer going down for Ian. Char has cannons. He's got a second Observer coming. He has ship weapons coming in with no Stargates. I am imminently confused. But okay, there's the Stargate coming in. Is this the Chad Ray build? And he does have a third base on the way for Ian. But right now, I mean, this is a look at the army supplies. This is a tremendous opportunity. Okay, so you got to attack move with those zealots. A move. Attack. There. Okay. Okay, so the Immortal goes down. Probes are surrounding an Archon and actually killing it. I'm really confused. I need an adult. I don't know what's happening. But okay, so he's able to kill a gate. Or is that the Robo? No, there's a gate. He's starting to depower some pylons. That's nice. He's starting to kill some workers. But this counterattack, I mean, okay, so DT is warped in for the counterattack. To stop that. Observer's on the way, though, but DT should be able to get a couple swipes off. And these 3 zealots in the main are doing a great job of killing these pylons. There are going to be no warp-ins for this push. And the DTs are saying, you know, I don't care, but Char is able to start killing probes. DTs are doing a great job, though. Charge is making them outrace the DTs. And these zealots are still doing work in the main base of Char. I don't know. I need someone to explain this game to me because I don't understand it. Char with a massive bank he can't build anything. It's all unpowered. He is mining from 2 bases though, so that's nice. He's up 9 workers. He's continuing to probe through the probe, I think. Okay, so finally these 3 zealots are gonna get cleaned up. But the Stargate may go down, making that okay. Ship upgrades was canceled. Stargate is not killed, and here we go. More zealots. It's time for the counterpunch. Don't sit back. Don't sit on your advantage. No, we're gonna counterpunch into yet more. Where are these cannons? We're gonna counterpunch into yet more cannons. That is the play of this game, I guess. All right, so now it's 1-1 versus just +1. DT's coming. Ian. Okay, there we go. That's an Archon. I would say, Ian, you're aware that there are cannons in front. So he's gonna pull this army back and say, "Hey, look, don't you want to fight? Come here, come here, come here, come here." Attack. Okay, so he pulls this soccer out of position. Not that it does much. Okay, we do have an Immortal out, and I don't think this is going to... I mean, it's Charge Lot Archon versus Immortal Stalker. And we have a proxy base from Char on Ian's side of the map. Char, you're playing for the other team, but man, I love you. This is glorious. Also disgusting. And it makes me sad to watch. But it's glorious. That being said, Ian does have a pretty strong army. Three Archons, bunch of Chargelets, more Chargelets coming in, another Archon. Probably going to get built. And a DT for good measure. And, you know, he's just building up for this big attack. And, you know, in all honesty... Okay, we've avoided right now. That is not a good... Well, these Archons are just not removing the charge lots of Char, as one would expect. We have the Immortal, or the Archons, struggling to get on top of this board, right? But the Archon's in a choke, and he is pushing through this board raise down. We have more charge lots being warped in again against Archons. Not the best play. And the Immortal's going to go down. All the army of Char is going to go down. DT is untouched. DT with 3 kills. And GG! Ian takes Char down. Eventually. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Ian takes Char down. So there we go. Map 3. That was... I think I need some help there. I didn't know what was happening, but, you know, it's okay. Because that's how this works. Ian on a 1-kill streak now. which means that it is now time for Team Legion to bring in their big gun number 1. Their diamond player. It's going to be interesting to see who it is and what's going to happen. I should say their Diamond 2/Diamond 3 player. As Diamond 1 is only able to play in the ace match. Spoiler alert, 2 minutes in the future, Ray, that ninja base was actually not the difference maker. It really, more than anything, that game was a game of army composition. You had Charge Lot Archon versus Immortal Stalker, and that, and the charge lots of the Purple Protoss of Char ran straight into a choke against 3 Archons, and they just blew up because splash damage is a powerful unit. So now we have Gastritis coming in as the first diamond player of the day for Legion Gaming. We're waiting on Ian to join the lobby, and there we go. This is Gastritis is a random player, actually. Diamond 2 Protoss, Diamond 3 Terran, and Zerg. So, yeah, 3,600 MMR. So he should be pretty favored in this matchup. He's about 900 MMR, 600 MMR higher than Ian. But you know, stranger things have happened, and this will be a PvP or PVR, I guess. So now we're just it appears that the lobby host has stepped away from the keyboard or something, so we're just waiting for him to put the players in the proper positions. And we'll be good to go. Game 4 is on Nightshade, and I hate Nightshade with a passion, but that's just because it's made to make Zerg cry. No other reason, and it's a solid map. It's going to be interesting to see what Gastritis is able to spin up here. So this is TVR, or PVR, sorry. All right. Game is starting. Game 4 on Nightshade. A PVR, which is kind of interesting. It appears that Ian would have a much higher chance of winning his match if Gastritis rolls a Terran or a Zerg, but he rolls Protoss. And here we go. In the bottom left, on a 1-kill streak for JaMiT Gaming, we have Ian. And then in the upper left, in the blue, Legion's first diamond, we have Gastritis. It's gonna be interesting to see what he does here. Now it appears from a brief cursory overview of Gastritis' profile, this guy's not eligible to play as random. So we may have to remake this game. So It looks like the captain for this is going to force. It's just going to allow this to happen, which is fine. Early in the season, it appears that there is a 15 game. There's a 15 game of each race rule if you play random, not just whatever the ladder requirement is. There we go. We have a fast expand coming for Ian, but it's getting blocked. 2 gates on the low ground. And no expand coming down. Probably should set scores. There we go. And we have the probes moving, fighting around the map. Doing some fun dances. No units coming out of this. Out of these 2 gates right now. Now we have an adept. Gastritis already up 2 workers, already up 2 army supply. The power of building units. Also, yeah, okay, so all else is equal. It's the power of macro. And we do have these 2 adepts running across the map, getting ready to do some funky stuff. And Ian, where are you going with that, buddy? As this whole low ground... Okay, so these adepts are going to fly in. They're going to find the 1 adept. They're going to say, oh, hey, buddy. You want to die? And they're going to wait for this 2nd adept to pop. And they're going to kill that too. Or not. Now they're going to go into the main and start killing probes. And there were 2 more gates on the way. So this was a sneaky play. This was, I'm expanding. I promise I'm expanding. But it doesn't matter because Gastritis is up 10 workers. And sure, this proxy pylon is nice, but there's no army. Okay. Probes aren't being pulled. There's some probes not mining. And it's 14. He's back down to the start. 14 workers. 10 workers have died. And two stalkers running across the map now. We have Oracle being chrono boosted. There's no anti-air. Warp gate is done. And he's gonna warp in over here, but doesn't matter. He's gonna lose another stalker probably. And so we have 2 stalkers, 2 adepts. They're going to look to run across the map. And this Oracle is going to say, yeah, you thought you had money? No, no, you don't. You actually don't have money. You don't get to do this. But he's going to stop here. So maybe, just maybe, Ian has a chance to occupy enough attention that this Oracle doesn't go in. There is a sentry as well. These stalkers are stuck in the middle of the map. He's going to lose an adept. He's not going to be able to kill this natural. And now we have the Oracle running in. It says, hi, yes, I'm just going to kill your economy. And that's going to force Ian to be 100% all in, but he's down in army supply already. There's a 2nd Oracle that can help defend if he wants. Trades a stalker for a stalker. Yeah, that is GG. Pay attention to those adepts. Pull your probes, but really more importantly, just build. That was a game of Gastritis built his adepts on time, and Ian did not. But again, Diamond 2 versus Platinum 2. Congrats to Ian for winning his game, and we are now all tied up, 2-2. And now we're going to the Diamond match. And we're going to have Ray coming in for JaMiT Gaming. He is a Protoss player. So we're going to have a PVR. There we go. And we're getting ready to go into map 5. And this is kind of how you expect it. Sure, a Protoss might, or I shouldn't say a Protoss, sure, a player might go and get advantage, even double kill Platinum, but it really, the difference between Platinum and Diamond, okay, that's significant. Gastritis had 600, 700 MOR over Ian. And man, if I end up being the ace match for this, I'm not excited because it looks like Purity might be the ace, and oh, I do not like that map. But anyway, Eternal Empire is going to be the next match. And that's going to be exciting. Because Eternal Empire, it gives you pretty much 3 free bases. Less so in PvP because Defender's Advantage doesn't really exist. But still potentially a thing. And as we wait for Ian was just never, one of the players was not removed from the party last time. So there we go. We're going to just remake and get ready for the next map. And that is exciting. I'm excited. We got a nice 2-2 map score here. And we're going to go into Eternal Empire. Again, free 3 bases, less of a thing in PvP, just because PvP is PvP, and taking a natural can be a scary proposition, much less taking a 3rd base. But it's going to be interesting to see what Ray is going to bring out. We have no idea what Gastritis actually does. As realistically here, he killed him with the first 2 adepts. Built an Oracle, sure, that's nice, but really it was just the first 2 adepts. Superior micro, it really didn't show much about the game. It's like when State was brought into Pro League, and he just got cheesed out of his first and only Pro League game. Like, oh, okay, we don't know what you can do, just yeah. So anyway, map 5, Eternal Empire. Gastritis rolling Terran. And here we go. In the upper right, in the pink, representing both JaMiT and his old clan, CT6, we have Ray. And then in the bottom left, in the blue, on a 1 kill streak, we have Gastritis. Rolling Terran. Go. Some small issue over clan tags, but that's okay. That's approved. We have a probe from Ray going across the map. Going to do it the old Scouterino. Finding out that there is in fact a Terran there. Gastritis did not lie. He sees there's a barracks coming down. He's able to harass the SCV a little, and Gastritis says, no, 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 you go away. I don't want you here. Gas is being mined, so it's going to be, looks like a Reaper. Ray did not see that gas, but it appears that he does not care. This probe is not going home. Mr. Probius is any corner of the map, and anyone who has ever watched a Protoss player play knows what that is. As we have some chat going on, we have the Reaper rallied into the natural, probably going to go across the map, see what is what. Nothing being built, necessarily, not yet, to defend against that, but he's still got some time. Bunker being built in the natural. Gastritis just wants to make sure he's real safe. Adept coming down, being able to ready to deal with that Reaper, and a proxy Twilight Council. This could be a couple things. This could be some sort of Adept Glaive push. This could be proxy charge lots. But let's be real here. Win behind, Dark Shrine. Win ahead, Dark Shrine. when you exist in the game, Dark Shrine. So he's going to put that second robo down. He's going to see the 2 pylons. He's not going to see that 3rd pylon, which may or may not ring some alarm bells at the Diamond 2 level. I don't know, but he is going to see that missing pylon, and he's going around. He's saying, "Ah, yes, I see everything." Get to see the 2 gas as well. And Ray shoos the Reaper away and tells him to go away. So there we have it, the Dark Shrine and the Zealot charge. So I said it was going to be a Dark Shrine, and I was right, and I was wrong at the same time. We have the 1 Marine, convinced there's something here. It's a good move. It's just not where it is. Reaper, going back. Where is the Reaper click to? Reaper's click to here. That is not enough. Oh. Okay. Reaper sees the Dark Shrine. He sees the proxy things. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ray does have a natural thrown down, so this is not 100% all in. And we have a Templar Archives being built, so Ray's just prepared to maybe defend the pylon. Maybe. But he's just ready to go into some... He does want to defend the pylon. He does at least want to chrono the Twilight. Dark Templar getting warped in. And 2 Zealots, which actually should... This force should be able to take down the Terran. Charge is done. And that's actually a nice trade for Ray. We do have missile turrets being built. So Ray really isn't all that committed to this. But, okay, he's not going to get a chance to kill the missile turret. He's not going to get a chance to get much done with the DT, but he does run out of scan range. And that is nice. We have a missile turret in the main, missile turret in the natural. Ray is just probing up. He's building shield batteries. And he has forced 2 scans out of the Terran that could be mules. He's forced a whole lot of defensive units. And again, you know, these buildings are here, but he's not committing. He's probing up. That being said, the Terran is gearing up for a decently scary Marine tank push, although he is supply blocked and in no danger of being unsupply blocked anytime soon. Now we have the supply depots only just now coming up, and that's a problem. We have an Archon so this is looking like Ray wants to move into a charge lot Archon style, just with the Archon and the couple charge. That is a fancy Archon skin. There's the wrong button. And we do have a 3rd base being built for Gastritis. He's perfectly content to move into a macro game here. These tanks were not for offense, they are for defense. They are siege tanks, and they shall siege. And sieging is what they do. So this Cyclone and the Reaper are going to eventually kill the Dark Shrine. Probably. That charge lot is not long for this world. Which is fine. A token defense convinces Gastritis that Ray is really up to no good. That's all it is. It's a token defense. Ray is droning. He is probing hard. He's putting a forge down. Says, you know what? I got you fooled, buddy. He has High Templars, but he does not have Storm. Storm is not even on the way. Well, that's fine because again, charge a lot Archon. He's gonna be starting +1. Probably gonna want to chrono this at some point, and it's looking like he might want to go for some sort of 2-base timing. +1 charge lot Archons, etc. The whole shebang. This Reaper and the Cyclone are having the time of their lives, getting more kills than they would in a normal match. Another Archon being built. Right, you need to morph in 1 more High Templar, buddy. You need to do that to get Archons. But anyway, +1 is chronoed. We have, what is that? 2 more gates in a robo coming down. So that's 4 gates. Warp Prism. The Cyclone has 6 kills. Do building kills count as kills? We'll see. Building kills do count as kills. So that's 4. That's going to be 4 of them right there. And Ray is suddenly down pretty significantly in workers. But, you know, he's not spending his chrono on buildings. He is spending it on getting that upgrade. And so we have a fast Ghost Academy being built, enhanced shockwaves, which is pretty much the perfect thing to deal with this. But I get the sense that Ray's gonna want to move across the map. Oh, Immortal chart. does Ray know that this is a PVT? This is not a PVZ, right? I don't know. But +1's going to get done. Ray's building up a lot of units. I would expect the next thing he builds to be a Warp Prism, and he's just getting ready to move across the map and try to kill the Terran. Well, that is going to be a hard ask. The two siege tanks here. Although, to be fair, one is sieged up. We do have shields on the way, which is pretty atypical, to be totally honest. The Protoss move out is going to be absolutely unscouted by the Terran. He might see the... Okay, he's going to see the Immortal. And he actually can delay the Immortal in his quest. Triggering Hardened Shields, but I mean, those will be up by the time they're back. And Ray's, you know what? I've been scouted. We're going to go back. But really, every minute that Ray wastes, he gets further and further behind. He's down 13 army supply. He's going to try to... 13 worker supply. He's going to try to take a third. But I am not confident about his ability to stay in this game. Should he just fall back in macro? He doesn't have the best composition, but but I guess the mind game here is he showed that he wants to take a third, and that does potentially open him up to go push across the map. Now we have ghosts on the way, enhanced shockwave. How many ghosts do we have? We have 4 ghosts. We're soon gonna have 6 enhanced shockwave, and he's trying to take a third. But man, Ray is incredibly far behind at this point, just due to his proxy not being scouted, or his proxy being scouted. This cyclone is doing God's work. Scan's coming down. Blink on the way. Interesting, as there are no stalkers, and most likely will not be any stalkers. So, where does this put us? Gastritis up 20 army supply, up 25 workers, up 50 total supply, 40 total supply, and getting ready to move across the map with a lot of ghosts, actually. Both players have 1-1. You know, this is really looking like Gastritis is going to run over there and say, Hulk smash. I don't want this. And he's just going to kill him, especially with Ray's army out of position. He's going to be able to siege up here. And that is... well, maybe if he's able to get a good... Ooh, that tank positioning, though. Well... yeah, this is, yeah, this is a thing. Running into a siege with tanks. And actually, the Raven was a great call there, disabling two Archons so they couldn't do anything. And now, Gastritis is up 30 workers. Up just about as much army supply. And he's just going to parade across the map, and Ray is going to die. It's just a question of how long it takes for him to realize that he is dead. So he kills the tank, that's nice. Kills the ghost, that is being sneaky. But there are no shields, and Ray invested in shield upgrades. And I do not believe that he is going to be able to hold this. It's just, again, a question of how long he is going to stay in this game. 4th base on the way for Gastritis is, look, as the great Artosis once said, went ahead. Oh, no, day 9. Went ahead and get more ahead. And he is certainly getting ahead. He's going to soon have 2-2 versus 2-1. There is no storm. There are just Archons and Sadness. Gastritis runs in. He cancels the building shield batteries. There are no charge lots to get on top of this army. Immortals are derping behind Stalkers. And that's all she wrote, folks. Gastritis on a 2-kill streak. As soon as Ray realizes that the game is over. Yeah. Ray pulling the boys says, you know what, I'm not giving up without a fight. And that's exactly what happens. 81 army supply to 14. And there's not really... I would love to say, oh, there's some way that Ray can get back to Memphis. There really isn't. Losing a third. Losing the main, and there we go. GG. As Legion Gaming takes the lead once again. So now we get the ace is about to be brought in, and it may be me. And if so, I'm going to have to turn the screen off. So I believe I'm going to be the ace for here, which means that alright, so I'm going to be the ace for this match, which means that I'm going to have to stop streaming. I will cast my replays afterwards. So, thank you for watching. I will send another notification when I am live again.